Hi guys.
Hi guys. My name's Gabriel. I'm from Birmingham in the UK.
And I'm Emily from Cambridge, also in the UK. We are both teachers at my English school Ponte Lungo in Rome. And where are you? If there is anybody watching.
If there's anybody watching, it's 8 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah. Not a typical Friday though.
Not a typical Friday, no, not at all.
Yeah, people
But
would.
yeah, please do tell us. Yeah.
Friday night plans.
Yeah,
This
we're at the.
exciting as my Friday night's going to get.
It's true. It's true. We're at the. Oh, we've lost them, I think, again.
Yeah.
If there's anybody watching, yeah, we're currently stuck in Rome. We're in quarantine in Rome at the Ponte Lungo school.
Where are you stuck?
Where are you stuck? Yes. I think we should rephrase that question as what's your name and where are you trapped? Yes.
Where are you confined?
Where are you confined? Where are your four walls? Do you know that Tom Jones song? The one about the green grass of home. Where he sings about the four walls around him.
Oh, I don't remember that now.
The green grass of home. Which is topical, seeing as we're looking at the environment.
Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe we have one
person. We have one
watching.
viewer, so we could, yeah. We could begin.
Right.
Please tell if you can type, if you can interact. Please tell us your name and where you're from. But today we are going to be looking at the environment, discussing environmental problems and potential solutions. A lot of modal verbs and phrases to talk about the future.
Okie doke. Okay, true or false? This is a little difficult if we don't have any students interacting with us. If you can,
I don't know the answers to these, so I guess we can
just talk about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, cool. So actually, I'll just leave it there. Over 1 trillion plastic bags are used every year worldwide. 1 trillion. What's your instinct, Gabe, for this?
That's an insane number, but I think purely from the basis of it being a statistic, like I think it's true.
My guess
think it's true.
Yeah, my guess is true as well. I mean, think about how many people. So there are 7. What we're looking at 7, probably more on 7.5 billion people, and I'm sure that on average people use some kind of plastic. Over 100 plastic containers a year of some kind. Yeah, I think.
What do you think? Do you think it's true?
I think it's true. Yeah, I think it's true. And I think we have nobody watching.
Are we insane at this point? I don't know.
Maybe this whole thing is in our head.
I want to know now, though, so please click ahead for my sake.
Oh, okay. True. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All newspapers in the United Kingdom.
Newspapers in the United Kingdom. Also, all newspapers in the United Kingdom are 100% made out of recycled paper.
I remember the answer for this.
True or false? All newspapers. Does that include magazines as well? I don't believe that's true, but I'm glad if.
I don't think it includes
think
magazines. I think just newspapers.
False.
Hi, Manuela.
Emanuela. Number 2, true.
True. Well, let's get it up. Very good, Emanuela. And where are you, Emanuela? I wonder if she's one of ours, if she's said hello to me. Okay. The amount of food that is wasted in Europe could feed 200 million people. Cool.
Where are you, Emanuela? Are you at the Ponte Lungo school?
3 true.
3 true.
What do you think for number 3, Gabe?
I think it's true as well.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I remember that it is true.
It is true.
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4, you should always rinse cans before recycling them. Rinse.
So, Gabe, you've frozen on my screen.
In this case,
So,
means
seems like Gabe is having technical problems, guys. I'm not sure what the students are seeing on YouTube. Oh, maybe that's better. You've come back to us.
Yeah.
You went a bit Daft Punk for a minute. And you sounded a bit Daft Punk.
Good phrasal, good invented English phrasal verb there. Go Daft Punk.
So, Emanuela, Gabe was explaining the meaning of rinse, but we couldn't really hear what he was saying. Do you want to repeat?
Sorry. To rinse. So in this case, to rinse cans before recycling them just means to wash with water, to wash them before you recycle them.
Yeah. What do you think, Gabe?
I do, but I bet it doesn't. I think you should, but I bet it doesn't matter. I bet it doesn't matter. Let's go with false.
Yeah.
There is no reason for us. Although it is going to get your bag massively sticky, I think, if you don't. So I think there is as much reason to.
Yeah. But well done, Emanuela. False. And number 5. It's better to do the dishes with a sponge than with the dishwasher. So I think this is thinking in terms of energy efficiency.
And saving water, potentially, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see what Emanuela thinks. What do you think, Gabe? Because I remember what the answer is.
I think so, yeah. I think dishwashers use more water. And you have to power them for longer periods of time. I think. I may be wrong, I don't know. I would imagine usually doing things manually is less, is more energy efficient, I think, in some way. Maybe not your personal energy, but.
Oh, saeta.
Saeta. Saeta. False.
Because doing the dishes with a sponge is the worst. Well, there you go. I mean, it's
Really?
qualified if
There you go.
your dishwasher doesn't use too much energy and water. It's better to use it. But I think also, that is only correct if your dishwasher is full. In that case, it becomes more efficient. Because imagine if you have 20 plates to clean and I don't know, 10 cups. Like, that's going to take a lot of water if you're just running the tap that whole time. So I think if the dish is big and packed with things, then
potentially if you are doing it as a huge load as well, you're not constantly running the tap on and off. That's news to me then. Interesting.
Well, there aren't any sources, so we can't really check where they got their information, unfortunately. Okay. What do you do?
So this next slide, what do you do to protect the environment?
So to the students also, please tell us, Zeta and Emanuela, what do you do personally for the environment? So thinking about use of energy and resources and things. What do you do, Gabe, in your personal life?
I don't want to rob students of answers in any way, no. I don't know. I think I could perhaps think of ways which I might improve in this area. I think I use too much electricity. I think I run my computer for much longer than
I definitely do that. Oh, have you frozen again? So, okay, you seem to be coming back. Okay.
We can recall.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, Amanda. Great suggestion. Let me just spell that.
Are you typing that in?
Yeah. And I think Saito is saying the same thing. So to separate the different types of rubbish for the correct bins, for the recycling bins. You have your plastic and then your food, glass. Any other ideas, guys? So that's recycling. Yeah, and rubbish, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, good. Here we've got a bit of a phrasal verb as well. So when you enter a room, you would turn on the lights. And when you leave a room, you would turn off lights. Yeah. We can turn off the lights when we exit some rooms. Yeah, fantastic.
And Sayata, for your sentence, it's another good idea, but we wouldn't say I don't use more plastic, but I don't use much plastic.
Yeah, that's a really good one too.
Cool. Yeah, very nice. I think there are going to be some suggestions I can put up on the screen. Okay. Do you try to save energy? We answered some of these. So we talked about recycling, saving energy by turning off the lights, reducing the amount of plastic. We can try to travel less is another idea. Or to travel in a different way. So if you want to go to Milan, better to take the train than to fly. Much better for the environment if we use a train instead of flying when possible. Is another example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use the containers of the glass. Yeah, good. And really, reusing is even better than recycling. If you can reuse something, that's more efficient than recycling it. Yeah. What else could we do for the environment? So many things.
Well, the big one would be to switch to renewable energy, really, isn't it? That's the a lot of our homes are powered by either oil, gas, or electric, non-renewables at the moment. Switching to things, changing to things like solar panels is, I think, the primary way that we're going to, in terms of the future, make our homes energy efficient and cheaper, much less expensive, I think.
Absolutely. Okay, a bit of vocab, guys. So we have a list on the left, and we need to connect them to the pictures. So if you look at picture A, this is where we start. But I'll read the list out while you're thinking. So we have water or air pollution, factories, false friend now, and you can talk about pesticides, traffic, waste, deforestation, global warming, and greenhouse gases. Some of these pictures, though, are not good. So A is clear enough, but some of them are just a bit rubbish. But we can start with A. What's this, guys? Third time, Emanuela. Ooh, and Titi. Turning off the appliances in the morning.
Oh, yeah. And I try to save energy, turning off domestic appliances in the morning.
And using these in the night.
And use these appliances at night.
I think turning off domestic appliances and using these at night.
And using them. Yeah. Using them in the night.
Is that true? That is efficient?
Yeah, no, it is true. Yeah, no, I've heard that as well.
I didn't know. I wonder why.
Because there's less. I think there's less demand on how it's stored, or something like that. I read something about that. That's a really good one, though. That's not one I'd thought of.
It's a good sentence as well. Domestic appliances. That's some good vocabulary there. I would say, Titi, just be careful with your last bit here. So it is the third person singular. So when it wastes, we need a third person S on waste. When it wastes less energy. And then Emmanuel is going straight ahead with the one. So Emanuela, we really need to start with A. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I think the ones that she's given us are A, traffic. Perfect.
A, traffic. Yeah.
Great.
And then
B.
greenhouse. Yeah.
So what's this? Factories. Yeah, absolutely. And this, we have to be careful with this word because it is a false friend. It is not the same as the Italian word, which looks very similar, I know.
Mhm.
There's no problem.
Is that what happens when you press your B button? Is that is that what happens? I'm trying to work that out.
I thought for her comment, I thought she was just proud of having got all the answers so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, so factories are not for agriculture in English. Factories are for industry, production of objects, not production of food. And then Emmanuel has given us C, water, air pollution. It's a bit of a weird picture though, isn't it? Like, what even is this stuff?
I don't know what that is. It looks like dead whales to me, but
Really?
from here I can't really see the screen very well.
Oh, it's even smaller for you than for me, yeah. I think it looks like wood, which wouldn't really be pollution, but anyway. Obviously
I
it's
think
a lot.
maybe it's bottles and yeah, I don't know. Slowly non-decomposing objects, really. D.
I think D is just a terrible example, but I think she's put the right answer.
Yeah. Gases in some way, aerosols and. But
yeah, but aerosols.
Yeah, that's no, I know, but that's a picture of an aerosol.
Yeah. I think that somebody's still thinking about when aerosols cause the hole in the ozone layer.
But that's not.
Which obviously.
Yeah, but that's not exactly the same thing as that's a. Yeah.
It's a completely different thing. Yeah. But that was the association with aerosols and environmental damage.
Yes, ozone. Yes, I thought of ozone layer when I saw D.
Yeah. But anyway.
E, global warming. Yes, I think that's also a kind of vague picture for that. I guess it's.
Yeah. And Emmanuel already gave us F. Correct answer for F, pesticides. Absolutely.
And G.
And H.
Deforestation and waste.
Yeah.
H. Good.
Okay.
So we've got to put the causes into the correct categories. What are some causes of air pollution? What are some causes of water pollution and global warming? With some of these, there's a lot of overlap. So waste, Emanuela, in this context, I think would be uncountable. Waste in general means the totality of things which have been disposed of. I think we'd just say waste. Yeah. So with some of these categories, there's an overlap. But what might cause water pollution? Let's do water pollution first. Do they, Emily, do you know if they come down by...
I think you have to start with greenhouse gases.
They have to start with, okay. Yes, let's start with greenhouse gases. Do greenhouse gases cause water pollution, air pollution, or global warming?
Have you got the focus up there, Gabe?
Yeah, I do. I'm just having a look at it.
Yeah. Okay, so Emanuela, that's great. So water pollution needs pesticides, absolutely. What is the, but we need to do this in a slightly different way. So greenhouse gases, what is the correct category for this one? Oh, okay, so, okay, that can work too.
Pollution. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And water pollution, waste as well.
Waste.
So,
Yeah. I think oh yeah, I see. Pesticides. No, you put pesticides.
yeah.
Pollution. And global warming.
So I'm going to put, okay. So greenhouse gases goes to global warming, but it does. But I mean, the fumes from cars, the greenhouse gases that cars produce also cause air pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Nice sentences. Nice sentence as well there, Titi. The causes of air pollution are greenhouse gases and deforestation.
Yeah. So we've had
global warming, greenhouse
deforestation. Okay.
pesticides.
Yeah. Have we had traffic? Has anyone mentioned traffic?
Traffic. I think Emanuela put it in air pollution. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Factories, air pollution.
Factories.
Yeah.
Pollution.
And then waste is the last one for water pollution.
Yeah. Great.
But I mean, arguably deforestation affects air pollution as well.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of crossover.
Yeah. Okay. So we have some reading to do, and we need to put all of this red vocabulary into the sentences here. So
We can go sentence by sentence when we reach the
all right.
The gaps.
Yeah.
So what might happen if we don't stop polluting the environment? Many of us agree that cars are a big problem. They cause breathing problems in big cities and also release carbon monoxide, which is a
Carbon monoxide is an example of something that we saw before. Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and methane, I think.
ozone. Yeah. Methane. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're doing.
So if we look, Emmanuel, if we look at the sentence, at the grammar of the sentence, we have the article a. That means that the answer has to be a countable noun, a countable singular noun. And air pollution and traffic are nouns, which is good, but they are not countable. A traffic, we can't say because traffic is uncountable in English, so that can't be the answer here. But also the answer describes carbon monoxide, refers to carbon monoxide.
Air pollution also being...
So Titi's given us the second. Okay, well, Titi's answers are good, but we need the answer to the first one first.
What? Yeah, yeah.
Carbon monoxide is so maybe global warming. Emmanuel is thinking for the second answer.
Mm-hmm.
We still need this answer, guys. I think probably someone's written it already. It's taking a minute to show us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just gone very slow.
Maybe, should we maybe do this one?
Yeah, I'll put it up. So we've got for the first one, carbon monoxide, which is a greenhouse gas. So gas is a singular, uncountable noun, which is what we need. It's the only possible answer grammatically from the list. But for the meaning of, we could also use the meaning. It describes carbon monoxide. Okay.
So for this second one, we've got answers from both Titi and Emmanuel. Global warming, yes, absolutely, a cause of global warming and air pollution. Excellent, well done, Titi.
And Titi's given us number 4 as well, which is great. So next time you go to work, don't get stuck in traffic. Walk or cycle instead.
Good, yeah.
Your sentence?
So for this next one, release gases too.
Good, Emmanuel.
As I think as we have here, factories. Yes, yes, and well corrected, Titi. Yeah, factories release gases too, and means fewer trees provide us with oxygen.
Yeah,
and we've got answers from both. Well done. And deforestation means fewer trees provide us with oxygen. Pay attention to the word fewer here as well, because we've got trees in the plural with the plural s. We have this quantitative comparative fewer. So we're not using less, we're using fewer. That's a mistake that English people and English speakers often make. Deforestation means fewer trees provide us with oxygen. Fewer is always used with plurals. Yeah. Well done.
We should also think about the Earth's water. Farmers use and most of our is thrown in the oceans. So we need numbers 7 and 8. Well, yeah, nice, Emanuela. And most of our so farmers use pesticides. Waste is number 9. Yeah. I'm not sure what Emanuela.
Waste. I think you need to swap them around.
So she's given us pesticides though as well. I'm not sure what position she wanted for that.
And most of our waste is thrown in the oceans. This causes water pollution and kills sea animals. One day we will have solutions to all of these problems, or at least I hope so.
Okay. Next thing. Modal verbs. So read the text and find the 7 modal verbs used. Some are repeated, I think. Gabe, shall I read to
Solutions? Yep.
By 2050, climate change could create 150 million climate refugees. Clearly, we must change our lifestyle. We should carpool, recycle, and save as much energy as possible. But some scientists say that it is not enough, and it is time for factories and multinational companies to find other solutions.
Otherwise, there will be more natural disasters. What can we do to save our planet? There are many things we could do, but we will probably have to wait a bit longer before things change.
Okay.
So,
Titi's given us
here we go. Yeah.
Could,
must, should, can, and could.
Absolutely. So there are 2 more. And I think they're ones to refer to the future. Yeah, good. So Emanuela's given us will as well.
Will.
Which is a modal verb for the future.
Good. So what in, yeah, good. Well done, TT, yeah. So what do the modal verbs could and can in this text indicate? How are they being used? Is that clear enough?
Yeah, it might be easier if we give the categories.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just because. Okay, Emanuela. Yeah, no, I agree, just because it's difficult to gauge reactions again. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could say, from the 7 verbs here, which modal verb do we use for could is conditional? It is.
It is a conditional. Yes, it is. Well done.
Yeah.
What is it a conditional? Now we're on this one. What is it a conditional signaling? What does it mean alongside can and could? Just because I've given these in the other way around now.
I'm not sure what you mean though.
Okay, for instance, can you give me a modal verb of obligation in this text? I don't know if, Emanuela, we still have you. We dropped a viewer and the internet's been a little bit unreliable for me as well. Titi, if you're still there.
So yeah, which is the modal verb of obligation?
Yeah.
Or yeah, no, I think that's clear.
I think there's just the one.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure who Emanuela's question was. Manuela, we have had problems with the internet as well.
Mm-hmm. Must. Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Well done. What about a modal verb of must is for obligation? Yeah, fantastic. Good. So along these lines, so you said must is for obligation, Titi. What are could and can used for? Maybe as you've given us this answer, you might be able to tell us what could and can are used for.
Oh, okay. You keep freezing for a second and I worry that you're going to disappear again. Yeah, great.
Excellent.
Yeah, perfect.
Possibility and yeah, ability often as well.
Yeah, okay. Shall I go forward?
Yep, go for it.
So this is quite good. I quite like this activity. So we have 3 parts, and you guys, Titi and Emanuela, if you're there still, we want complete sentences using something from each of these columns. So we've got to use modal verbs and the sentences below to give advice on ways to protect the environment. So maybe I'll give an example. We can turn off lights to not waste energy. So we can turn off lights to not waste energy. I remember from doing this before, these 2 modal verbs you guys should ignore because we don't use these for giving advice. I don't know why they are included here. I don't think these 2 work in this type of structure. Do you agree, Gabe?
Let me just think about it for a second.
You could use them with this language, but not in the same way, I think. You'd have to rearrange the sentence a little bit. But sentences starting you.
I think they're much more difficult to form, those ones, yeah.
Yeah, I think the students may and might ignore. Actually, I don't need to.
The top 3 are, I think, the best ones.
Because they're a bit stronger, yeah.
They're a bit stronger, yeah. Can is, I think, a very weak possibility modal.
I mean, could is kind of similar.
It depends on your intonation of your voice, yeah.
When we're talking about
I feel like I feel like can is almost a little bit, This is such a subtle observation, but I think can is even more, to me, sounds like showing or looking at the possibility, not the options in a way, just looking at the options of things.
Yeah.
I don't know, whereas could kind of envisions a conditional element where you could do something. But, you know, splitting hairs, isn't it? the difference are so small. So I might do one as well.
Oh, we got one.
Okay, no, we have one from TT.
We
should recycle paper and glass to not waste materials.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great.
Super.
Yeah. Yeah, Manuela, that's good. I can
turn off lights.
And what is the
and well done using turn off as well. That's the modal. That's the phrasal verb from earlier. Yes, turn off and turn on.
Yeah.
Good.
And what's the objective, Emanuela? So your sentence is great. I can turn off lights. If we include one of these verbs, then we include a kind of objective. I can turn off lights to save energy, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So this verb would describe why. Just like in TT's example, to not waste the materials.
Mm-hmm. I can plant trees in the garden to save the environment. Yes, that's a good example. Just one note, Emanuela, we would probably use for the objective in this last column, like Emily was saying, we would probably use to save. We would probably use the infinitive form effectively, to save, or to accomplish this objective. We would say, I can plant trees in the garden to save the environment. But that's a great example, yeah.
Yeah. So it's different. I mean, prepositions in English and Italian are always horrible. And in Italian, you use for. In this context, per. And in English, we use to. Yeah. We can plant trees to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Nice. Yeah. Very good. More examples, guys. Let's have something with must. So we've got lots of examples with can. Oh, and Titi's given us should as well. So must is the strongest level of obligation. What is something that we must do?
You reuse plastic bags for liquid soap? Yeah, good. That's a good one with should. And what would that accomplish? What objective in this third column, Emanuela? What objective would that accomplish? I should reuse plastic bags for liquid soap to. To reduce, perhaps.
I'm not sure what she means for liquid soap.
So instead of buying a new container for soap every time you buy soap, you could reuse a plastic bag and put the soap in the bag so as to reduce plastic wastage.
So Emanuela, in what way do you reuse plastic bags for your creativity? Do you mean that you use them somehow in artistic projects? It's an interesting, intriguing one there.
Posters.
We must not use pesticides to protect the countryside. Where they very nice, yeah. Where there are. Okay, I think you mean where there are farms.
Or unless that's a passive. I mean, it looks like a passive to me, where vegetables are farmed.
Yeah. So, Titi, you've given us a lovely passive. You've used the Italian word order. In English, we always have the subject first, even in a passive sentence. Where there are vegetables farmed.
Or simply where vegetables are farmed.
Yeah.
That's a lovely one with must, though, as well. Really good.
Oh, we've got to stop.
We must leave, yes. It is 10 to 9, unfortunately.
Those were some great examples, guys.
Some really good examples, yeah, and really good work on. So where the vegetables are farmed, exactly, Titi, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we have to say bye now. Lovely to meet you both. And I hope you have a lovely evening.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.